Hey YouTube, in this video I wanted to tell a story about how I've heard in forums some pretty nightmare stories about Uber drivers that or Lyft drivers that have gotten a complaint from a rider saying that they think the driver's intoxicated or they smell alcohol in the car, which is probably pretty common since you're driving around people that have been drinking the entire time that you're driving. Well, it finally happened to me, and I've heard nightmare stories where Uber and Lyft have a zero tolerance policy for this, and a lot of drivers are unable to restore their account. It gets permanently terminated or banned as a driver account, and you can't drive for Uber and Lyft anymore. So last night, I encountered this problem, and after dropping someone off, I was driving someone else, and I got a message while driving, and it told me that they had received a complaint that I was possibly intoxicated while driving. For one, I was driving 7 hours before this, so there's no way that I ever could have been intoxicated or had the opportunity to become intoxicated. Also, throughout that night or last night, I was driving people and consistently getting tips. There's not a lot of ways to prove this, and that's kind of the problem for drivers right now, and why I say that it's a huge nightmare. But there is a way that you can get around it, or a way that you can possibly beat this, and it seems to be working with me right now when it comes to getting in contact or communicating with Uber and Uber support, and it seems like I might be able to get out of this and restore my account. And this is what I did. Well, first of all, you need a dash camera to prove not only your driving of what's in front of you, of what you're doing as a driver, but also a dash cam that records the inside of the car too, that shows that your face, your attention, your clarity and attention while driving, that you're clearly not intoxicated. Luckily, in my case, which seems to be working for me, I have a dash camera. I'm leaving a link in the description of what I have. It is a dash camera that has night vision at night on the inside of the car, so you can see everyone's face clearly. You can see in front of you in HD, and it also has a rear camera in case, let's say, someone hits you from behind and it's a hit and run. Well, you already have their license plate and all that good stuff. So, and it could save you if you get a ticket from a police officer too. And you could have a defense saying, hey, this is actually what happened. Look, I didn't run this light. Look, I did make a full stop at this stop sign. Things like that are going to really help your case. And you're going to be able to prove it. The video doesn't lie, right? Second thing, and I was going to bring this for the video because whenever I got this message, I went straight home and I had a breathalyzer that I just happened to have from the past, that it used to be my friend's. It's a real small one. He kind of just kept it with him on his keychain or whatever and gave it to me. So I went home, I had this idea. I was like, okay, I will breathalyze myself on video, and I will use a timestamp through Google. So I showed myself on camera Googling it live, what time is it in California, and it pulled up the exact time, date, and I showed, okay, look, this is live, this is what time it is, this is 40 minutes after I got accused of this. And then I breathalyzed myself and showed the results as I was breathalyzing myself. So that seems to be working for me too. I really don't see how it couldn't. Those are two things that I definitely recommend you get, because even if you're not guilty, and most of the time, like, it's not like drivers are intentionally, getting drunk before they're driving people. That would be stupid. But most of the times you are falsely accused of this. There are things you can do to protect yourself. Get a dash cam. The link is in the description of the one that I mentioned, HD and night vision and all that. And breathalyzer, you can find one for about 50 or 60 bucks. The one that I have is one of the most renowned ones. Is BAC track. It is pretty much the #1 breathalyzer company because all they do is breathalyzers, and they are calibrated and they are trusted and they do have a great reputation. So that link is in the description too. This could actually save you. I mean, a lot of people depend on this, especially with the job market right now and hiring freezes and COVID and all that. Losing your opportunity to drive for Uber or Lyft or Grubhub or any delivery service can really hurt your bank pretty bad, can put you in a hard spot when it comes to paying bills. So the $50-$60 breathalyzer, the link is in the description. Probably something to think about. The dash cam definitely is something to think about, even if whether it's a ticket or it's an accident or you're proving to your insurance that the accident wasn't your fault, or like in this case, someone accuses you of being intoxicated. Video doesn't lie, like I said. Probably one of the best things you could do to protect yourself. So check that link out in the description. Like I said, Uber and Lyft have a zero tolerance policy with this. So these are pretty much your only options to back yourself up, to protect yourself in case these things happen. And trust me, eventually it just seems to happen. I did nothing wrong. Last but not least, message to the riders out there. If you really think, I mean, unless it's super obvious, be careful about who you accuse of being intoxicated, or if you, I mean, more likely than not, you're the one that's intoxicated and you're making a really big deal out of something, or you're not rationalizing properly, you're not thinking clearly. Sure, there might be a situation where someone is seeming intoxicated, whether it's prescription medication or alcohol or whatever. But be careful who you do this to. It messes with people's lives on a very large scale. Don't just, I mean, when you report someone for possibly being intoxicated, you better be really, really sure, because what you're doing has huge implications. And it can have implications on you too if you are doing this to try and get a free ride, because Uber and Lyft are on top of that, and drivers be aware of that. They do this to get a free ride, especially if there's a surge, twice as likely. Yeah, be very careful about who you report, and you better be sure about it, because the other implications it'll have on you is they will terminate your rider account for falsely accusing somebody in a way that you could get some monetary gain off of it, such as a free ride, or just to get back at somebody because you're being snarky. So anyway, that was the last of my little spiel there. Obviously, this is very stressful. It seems to be moving in a very progressive direction. I'm only hoping for the best. But yeah, I definitely wanted to share this with you because this is what's helping me get through this pretty stressful time, and hopefully be over with this within 48 hours and get my account restored. And it does seem to be moving in that direction. So again, link is in the link for the dash cam and the breathalyzer, so you can protect yourself. That is in the description. Hope you guys found this story and advice helpful. If you have some stories, feel free to share them in the description. Please rate, comment, subscribe. Always looking forward to hearing from you guys if you have a story or anything like that. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. And yep, thank you. Take care.